Hey guys, how you doing? So I have a cool flashlight that I got the other day. Now I had never heard of this company, Sofirn, before, but they reached out and asked me if I'd be interested in reviewing one of their flashlights. So I did a little bit of research. They wanted to send me this SR23. It looked like a very highly rated flashlight, so I told them to send it and I'd take a look at it. This is a 3300 lumen flashlight with a 200-meter throw. But it's also got a UV light. So let me get this thing out of the box and we're going to take a look at it. And I think you're going to be just as impressed as I am. Probably one of the most impressive things to me is the price. I've got flashlights that are more than twice the price of this one. And this one may end up being my favorite flashlight. Now, let me get something to get this out of here. It does take a 21700. It's a 5000 milliamp 21700 battery. It does come with a couple extra O-rings. I've never needed. I've gotten other flashlights that's given O-rings with the light. I've never had to use them. So I'm sure that's probably going to be the case with this one. It does come with a USB-C cord. It is USB-C chargeable right here. And I'm just going to read the specs off real quick. This is the SR23. It's 3300 lumen with a 365 nanometer UV light. Uses a 5000 milliamp 21700 battery. The body is aluminum. The white light mode is stepless all the way from low to turbo. And low is 5 lumens, high is 1100, and turbo is 3300. Does have a distance of about 200 meters. Runtime on low is about 290 hours. And on high, I believe it was 2.5 hours. It does have SOS and strobe. The 3 white LEDs are TN3535 LEDs. The UV LED is a SST08 with, like I said, 365 nanometer wavelength. It does have a magnetic tail cap, so that's nice. It does have reverse polarity protection, so if you accidentally put the battery in backwards, you're not going to burn the light up. Is IP68 waterproof, impact resistant to 1 meter. Does have a lock feature, so that if you push the button 4 times real quick, it'll lock the light out, and you can't accidentally turn it on, like if it's in your pocket or a toolbox or something. Does have USB-C charging, and it charges at 2 amps. And the power meter, this is what's cool about it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. First, let's take a look at it real quick. Let me show you the battery just so you get an idea of what battery it comes with. It comes with its own name brand battery, Sofirn, 5000 milliamp 21700. And like I say, pretty nice that it's magnetic on the back. Gives you that one extra option. It does have a bi-direction clip, so you can clip it going in this way, or you can clip it going in this way. And it does have a lanyard. So whenever you turn this on, you've got a little indicator here. This is the regular white light. Turn it off. You're going to hit it. It does have memory. The nice thing about it is whenever you turn it on, it goes back to wherever you turned it off. If you push and hold, it'll ramp up. It'll flash when it's full brightness. Push it again, it'll ramp down. That's 5 lumen. Now, if it's off and you double click it, it'll go straight to turbo. If you want to turn it on, going straight to low when it's off, you just push and hold. Now it's going to 5 lumen. And then if you turn it on, ramp it up to wherever you want, turn it off. When you turn it back on, it goes back to that brightness. The UV is the same. Got the LEDs on the little buttons there, which I think is pretty cool. It does have, so the charge indicator is this light LED. And the way it works, if it's solid green, like you're seeing right here, that means that it's 75 to 100% charged. If it's flashing green, it's 50 to 75%. If it's solid red, it's 25 to 50%. And if it's flashing red, it's 1 to 25%. So that's a pretty cool little feature to let you know how far the battery has been discharged. And like I say, I guess we might want to look at the LED configuration. So you got your 3 white LEDs, and then you got your single UV LED. And whenever you turn the white ones on, I'm going to ramp that down. It is stepless all the way through too. So whenever you push and hold, I think you saw that it ramps up and ramps down. There's no like hard steps. So you got all 3 of your LEDs. Turn the UV on. The UV does have high and low. There's low. There's high. And the cool thing about UV, if you don't know, there's all kinds of things that's got dye in it, like AC systems, things like that. And I'm going to show you real quick. I've got some dye penetrant here, and I'm going to show you how this dye, how handy it is. I'm going to turn the UV light on. You can see it's just some yellow penetrant. When you hit it with UV light, that stuff fluoresces like you won't believe. I don't know if I'm on high or low. Let's see. There's low. You can see every little droplet. So whenever it gets dark out, it's still somewhat light, it's dusk. We're going to put this up against my actual favorite light, and we're going to see if this might end up overtaking my favorite light. My favorite one is a Olight Seeker. I think it's a Seeker 4 Pro. In fact, let me get that and show you. Okay, so this has been my favorite light for about a year. This is the Olight Seeker 4 Pro. You can see the size difference there. The lens setup is real similar. They both take 21700 batteries, and this is a very nice light. Like I say, this has been my favorite light for over a year. This may actually overtake it. The one nice thing I do like about this is it charges through the holster here. So you put it in, you got your USB-C. I've done a review on this if you want to know more about it. Very highly rated light. Everybody loves this light. But for the price, this is almost 3 times as inexpensive. And it feels just as good a quality. And I like the way it functions. So whenever it gets dark out, we're going to give this a try. Put it up against the Olight and see how it does. So until it gets dark, we'll see you then. And just to give you an idea of how bright it is, going from low to high, I'm just going to shine this on this paper to give you an idea. And then whenever it gets dark, we're going to go in the backyard and see how much it lights up. But I'm going to turn this on. That's low. That's 5 lumen. And then I'm just going to ramp it up. Now the camera is going to try to auto adjust, so you're not going to get the full benefit of how bright it is. But hopefully the camera doesn't adjust fast enough to where you don't get the full effect. Now I'm going to turn it on. The camera's going to adjust, and you can see what it's like. I mean, that is that's hurting my eyes to look at the paper. Anyway, we're going to wait until it gets dark. and then go from there. All right, now I almost forgot. If you want to go into strobe, you just push the button 3 times rapidly. To go into SOS, push it 3 times again. And then, of course, to go off, you're going to go off. To lock it out, 4 times. You'll get 2 quick flashes. It's locked out. If you try to turn it on now, it will not come on. You'll get 2 reminder flashes that it's locked out. To unlock it, four fast presses. And that's back on, back in normal mode. All right, we're going to let it get dark and then give this thing a go. All right, guys, so it's nighttime, and I just wanted to do some more dye pen stuff using the UV light. Make sure we're on bright here. There's bright. I'm going to shine it down at the ground, spray some dye pen down. That is a very effective light. Okay, enough playing around with the dye pen. Let's go to the backyard. All right, guys, first thing, the O light is fully charged. The right hand 4 LEDs show that. I'm going to turn the O light on turbo. The O light's about $140. Turn it off. I'm going to turn the Sofirn SR23 on turbo. Let's turn the O light on. Whoop. So the O light has a little bit more of a throw, so it appears to be a little brighter, but actually, in reality, the Sofirn has just more of a fan. It's more of a flood instead of a spotlight. I do like how it ramps up and down. And that was what I liked about the O light too, is that to adjust the brightness of it, you just rotate this knob right here. So I always like that. That's one of the reasons this has been my favorite flashlight. But to be honest, this one is a close second, without a doubt. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Sofirn SR23 EDC flashlight. You guys take care.